What is going on, everyone? It's the Mac Attack here, and welcome to a brand new movie review. And today, I just finally got my chance to watch Venom: The Last Dance. And this is obviously my first time watching it because, again, I didn't get the chance to see it in theaters. And as you guys know from my trailer reaction to the first trailer, obviously, I was mixed on the film by itself. But again, no thanks to how Morbius and Madam Web as films turned out to be the ultimate abysmal trash fires those films ended up becoming. Obviously, my excitement for another Venom kind of got a little bit lowered. And I was worried, of course, they'd find a way to ruin Venom, despite how fun and entertaining I thought the first two films were. I enjoyed them on their own merits, and even if Spider-Man wasn't involved, I still had some fun and entertainment and love for those films. Even if they absolutely destroyed Carnage and how he sounds. But still has a kick-ass design. Other than that, Venom: The Last Dance. A movie that I was very mixed on watching the trailers. The trailers didn't even get me excited for it. But again, I did like the whole idea of Venom's homeworld, finding him, this being a on-the-run movie, and of course having teasing Null in the trailers and stuff like that. Yeah, that part is what was willing to have me just be open-minded with the movie when it comes out, either in theaters or if I ever get it on DVD. But thankfully, I pre-ordered the 4K Steelbook DVD for Venom: The Last Dance, and that DVD just arrived today. So this is how I finally got my chance to watch Venom: The Last Dance. And as you know, it stars Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock, and Venom in this film, obviously, you know, is about after the events of Venom: Let There Be Carnage. Eddie Brock and Venom are blamed for the events that happened at the end of Let There Be Carnage, and they are on the run. And then lots of things just ends up interrupting their on the run adventure as another problem surfaces. Symbiotes have found Earth, and now they are after Venom. So that's what the trailers pretty much showed off. And when you watch the movie, I will tell you this right now. I did hear that this movie had mixed reactions, that some people thought that this was the worst Venom movie ever, and some were saying that it was the best Venom movie ever. And of course, I was told that this was like the best one yet. So I was willing to judge for myself and watch the film as a few hours ago. I just finished watching it, and I will say, for the most part, I did not hate it as much as I thought I would. Now, did they overdo it with the comedy? I do think they kind of overdid it with the comedy, but there were some parts I did thought I had a good laugh at that actually kind of threw me off guard in some spots. And there was a few cool scenes that I actually really enjoyed with this film. And again, of course, the whole silliness, goofiness that the Venom movies has kind of turned into now, it kind of can get in the way of the whole, like, serious aspect of, this is the final Venom movie you're ever getting of this version of Venom, until we get, like, a reboot version of Venom by Sony. But other than that, this movie, I will tell you this right now, I am happy to say this. There is some parts where I thought the CG was a little off, but there are moments where I thought this movie was filmed perfectly, and there was times where I thought the cinematography was perfect. Excuse me. And there was times where I thought that the CG was good, and there was times where I thought the CG wasn't that great. Other than that, while though there were some cool parts of this movie, there are some problems that this movie does suffer. Obviously enough, all of the first two Venom movies, despite them being fun and entertaining, obviously had some minor flaws. And that's not to be very surprised about. This is Sony's Marvel spin-off villain verse that has lots of problems, and that you can't really just deny the problems. You gotta you can't unsee it. But there's some things that I thought were good about The Last Dance, and there were some things that I thought could have been done better. I will say my one big worry about Venom The Last Dance was completely blown out of the water, because what I thought was going to be done in the movie was not done in the movie. So I'm glad 100% that it was done differently, in a much more fresh, better, non-confusing way. But other than that, the movie obviously starts off with the credit scene that you saw of Venom with Spider-Man No Way Home, how they get transported back to their normal solo universe, and the symbiote gets left at that bar. But they end up going back to their own timeline, and as they leave, a symbiote gets left at that same bar in that same universe. So, there's some things that this movie does leave left unanswered. And I really hate that, for the simple fact that this is the final Venom movie. There's so much more that they could tell, but again, knowing Sony and their lack of understanding the Spider-Man franchise or their characters, it wouldn't be best to continue the stories either way. So, oh well. It is what it is. It's just something that I am willing to go ahead and just let slide. Venom The Last Dance, I 100% will say, is better than Morbius and Madam Web. I enjoyed this movie more than those two trash fires. Will I watch Kraven? I will watch it when it becomes free on Netflix. Will I like it? Probably the action scenes I will, but after hearing a lot of the bad things about it, I'm not expecting myself to like Kraven at all. So, as sad as that is, I heard a lot of the dumb things that Sony has done with Kraven. So yeah, it's kind of... I'm kind of done with Sony's villain-verse films. It's like, they've fumbled the ball so badly. And they kept acting like that Spider-Man fans were dumb. And they kept saying, oh, the movie was good. The critics are just unfair people. No, the simple fact is your movies are fucking trash. And you don't want to fucking bother to listen to the Spider-Man fans and make Spider-Man connections and do some good things with your movies, instead of making pointless villain spin-off films where you make the villains turn into heroes of their own cinematic universe. It's stupid. Nobody likes it. Other than that, and they do that because, again, the Venom movies were successful. I don't know about The Last Dance, but I don't know. But at the end of the day, I am happy to say I enjoyed Venom The Last Dance a lot more than I thought I would. It was as fun and entertaining that I kept myself open-minded about. Despite my gripes and worries, I was hoping that it would be fun and entertaining, and it was. And I couldn't be more happier about that. So, without further ado, I am going to give my review here for Venom The Last Dance, and I will be giving Venom The Last Dance a 86% good score. It's an okay movie. It's nowhere near as good as honestly, I gotta say, it's nowhere near as good as the first Venom movie, in a way. But I do see what they were trying to go for with the whole symbiotes finding Venom thing, and the consequences and the turns that this new movie does take. I do gotta say, I like how They had their serious moments with this movie. And do I think this is a satisfying end to the Venom trilogy that was made? Yes. Of course, there's 2 credit scenes. Obviously enough. People already knows this by now because they've already seen it. But obviously, to those who haven't seen it yet, there's 2 credit scenes if you want to check them out. One, I'm sure you'll like. The other, you're not really going to care about at all. Because the second post-credit scene doesn't really give much. It's just one of those, oh, so it's this. It doesn't really explain much of anything. But the first credit scene does. It does tease more to come. Obviously, I think that will be for not from the Sonyverse, because obviously Craven is the final villain-verse movie for now. At least the ones we're getting until they reboot those characters and make their own villain-verse spin-offs of those reboot versions. God, I hope that doesn't happen. But we'll see. Sony might as well just give the rights of Spider-Man back to Marvel Studios, because they will at least appreciate the Spider-Man villains. And no, I'm not talking about the guys that just completely disrespect Norman Osborn in the animated Spider-Man. With that change that really I thought was not necessary, and that's just going to give them hate. But it's Disney. And this was made back in 2024, so this ain't nothing new. So we'll see how that show goes. I'm still willing to check it out, even if it may have some questionable changes. I'm still willing to check it out. I'll see how it goes. So, if you guys have watched Venom: The Last Dance, what did you guys think of the movie? Did you like it? Or did you still not care after watching the 2 trash fires that was Morbius and Madam Web? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe down below for more videos in the future of this channel going forward. And click the bell and the notification down below. That way you get notified for more videos in the future of this channel going forward. And stay tuned, because I'm going to be doing a video that's going to be talking about the logo reveal for Sonic the Hedgehog 4 that I just found out from a Deadline article today. And it's quite good. And it even reveals the release date of the new film. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And as always, I'll see you guys in my next video. The Mac Attack, signing out. Have a good one. Hello everyone, to the new viewers of my YouTube channel who watch and enjoy my content. If you enjoy my content, I figured out that most of you are not subscribed. So, here's my little reminder to let you guys know that subscribing to my channel is free with no charge. And that also shows me that you show massive support to my channel going forward. So, thank you guys for watching my content. And I will continue to give you guys some good content on my YouTube channel. Thank you again, and have a good day.